All right, hey guys, welcome to my very first YouTube video. Today I am going to be replacing 4 different light fixtures in and around my house. They're all the same old brass light fixtures that you've probably seen in houses that were created in the early 2000s. So our house was built in 2002 and has a lot of the same features and fixtures that it had when it was built. So we're starting to update a little bit and try to work to make our house a little more modern looking. So I've gone out and I bought a couple things from Lowe's to hang up instead. So in this video, I'm going to be taking down those original light fixtures and replacing them with something that's going to be hopefully a little more modern, a little newer, something that can bring a little more pizzazz to our home. So couple things to look for in this video. I'm going to give an explanation and a video explanation of how to take down those fixtures. No matter what house you're in, the fixtures are going to be similar. There's a couple different wires. There's a ground wire, there's a bracket, and then there's in the ceiling part as well that you kind of need to all take apart and then put back together. So I'm going to take those apart. I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to show you what's in the box that I got from Lowe's with those lights. And I'm then going to show you how to put it back together. So hope you guys enjoy. If you have any questions, leave a comment in the comment section. All right guys, so I'm about to take down my first light that's been here since when the house was built. You'll see a lot of these fixtures in a lot of older houses. They're just the brass gold colored lights. So we're gonna start, I have 4 of these. We're gonna take down all 4 and replace them with some lights that I got at Lowe's. Piece is gonna come off. There's some bugs in there, so that's exciting. So there are some tiny little screws in here that it's keeping it up against, flush up against the wall. Make sure you keep an eye on where theirs go. Unscrew the light bulbs here. All right guys, so I'm gonna start my second light fixture here. The first one went pretty well, so this one should go a little bit quicker, a little bit easier to do. So first we're gonna disassemble again. The first step was to unscrew this nut at the end here. And then there's a washer that's holding the rest of this piece up. So we're gonna unscrew that as well. When I do that, the whole glass piece will come with it. Take it all down at once. Not as many bugs in this one, so that's good. Now there's 2 nuts up here as well that you unscrew to take the actual fixture off before you get to the wiring. They're very small and easy to drop. And after this is unscrewed, the whole thing will just come off, and then we have to disconnect the wiring. This one is connected to a piece that it shouldn't be. There we go. All right, disconnect this, and then take the wiring out from up top of there. And we can go ahead and unscrew those pieces apart. That are again held together by these little twister things that connect the 2 pieces. There again is no ground wire on this one. I'm not sure if there was supposed to be originally or not, but there's not one. All right, so what I did find out after the first option is there's one more step, because the one that I bought came with a bracket to put up. So this piece right here needs to be taken down as well, but it's very simple. It's just in the lighting bracket is screwed up into the wall. These are very long screws, so bear with me as I unscrew these. That's good. Now I gotta get the new one to put together. All right, first thing we need to do is screw the bracket on. I feel like they've made these brackets a little bit easier to use. We'll put this up here and then we'll get started. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to connect the two power cords or electrical cords from the light fixture itself to the two hanging wires that come down here. There's a black one and a white one. You need to make sure that you are connecting the black one to the black and the white one to the white. This one came with some insulation in, which is nice, but it got a lot over the wiring, so make sure you get that off before, not to decrease any of that. There's also a copper ground wire that will screw around. You'll wrap it around the green screw, and then you'll tighten that back up. So I'll do that first. Make sure we have that situated here. So you just unscrew the green one a little bit. You'll raise this up, screw the copper part. Just doesn't have to be really tight, doesn't have to be a lot of it, just enough to where it's around there maybe 1 or 2 times here. We've got it wrapped around 2 times, and then just to be secure, you will tighten it back on there so that it doesn't come off. All right, so now you have that there. It kind of gives it a little bit of, you kind of just hold it there for a little bit too, so that's nice. All right, so we will first go with the black wire. We'll take it. You want to make sure when you twist it on there, you twist it the way you would when you're going to screw the other piece on. That way it doesn't just work against itself later. Okay, so I've screwed it. I've twisted it around. I'm going to use this piece and screw it on so that it is tight. If you want to give it a little quick tug on both the wires to make sure they don't come out, that kind of gives you a good idea of if it's tight enough. So now I'll do the same thing with the white wire. Wrap it around, put the screw on, make sure it's on there nice and tight. Give it a little tug to make sure that's on there the right way, and it is. So we're good here. All right. The last piece before you connect everything is they give you 2 other little screws here that'll go in, but not all the way. These are going to be to hold up the fixture itself. There's little holes in the bottom here that'll screw in. You gotta make sure they're in the same hole, both sides. They also need to make sure that they are the same height. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, now you have to assemble the glass piece, the outer piece here. So before you do that, you have to get light bulbs. So you'll plug your 2 light bulbs in. Again, make sure your electricity's off. You'll plug the light bulbs in, and then we'll put the glass decorative piece on, and then we'll be done. So I'm gonna get these in first. We'll just screw them on in. First thing we need to do is put the piece that holds it up. So this will only go in a certain amount, so you'll know when to stop. You just screw this piece up until it's nice and tight. There, it won't go anymore, so that means it's there. And then there's a washer on it that we want to screw all the way to the top as well. So make sure that it stays nice and snug. Nothing moves around on us. Okay, next piece. There's a little plastic piece that'll kind of protect the glass from the washer. So you pop it in here. You will then find the hole. And raise that piece up to the ceiling. Oh, make sure it doesn't slip around. There's a washer that'll go on first. flat side towards the, also where I did it, flat side towards the glass. Nice and snug up there. That'll hold that's holding the whole glass piece on, so make sure it's tight. And then it's just a little decorative piece at the end that'll go on the screw. That just kind of screws all nice and loose there. All right, and there we go. We've just finished our second of 4. Again, as I continue to do this, hopefully it'll go faster and faster. I'm definitely not an electrician, but just trying to update our house. So there we go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started taking a look at what comes with the light fixture that I've been putting up over our house. So far, I've completed 2 of the 4 light fixtures, taking down the old brass ones, and I'm kind of updating our home with not very expensive, but nicer looking, better quality lights. So I went to Lowe's and I got 2 for, I think it's around $20. Not one of their necessarily name brand ones, but they do the job and they look really well when they're up. I needed to get some up before I wanted to continue along and make all of them. So right now what I want to do is take you through what comes in this box in case you get one. Most are like this anyway. So I've updated a couple light fixtures in our house already, a chandelier above this table right here, as well as above in our dining room. And what I've found are most light fixtures are generally the same. You'll get 2 different electrical wires that you'll need to connect together, one from the source of the electricity, one from the source of the light itself. And then you also have a ground wire. That's basically all the wiring. This is pretty simple if you can figure out how to do it. Also, typically what you'll get is a bracket. Sometimes it's already going to be there. So the one where I replaced at my kitchen table here, had the bracket that I needed. It was already in there, so I didn't have to do anything with it. I just kind of set it up and went. These, however, do have a different kind of bracket. It's probably more modern, more of a newer, easier to use bracket that connects into the ceiling itself. So we'll go ahead and take a look at what comes with this. This one is a unopened box, so there are 2 in it, so it's nice and easy to open. First thing you'll find is the instruction manual, which is important. Don't throw it away. Keep these and read through them always, even if you think you know what you're doing. Some things are different. So we'll go ahead and set this over here to the side. The next thing that you'll see as we unpack some of the cardboard and stuff like that is the hardware. We'll go through this in just a moment, but the hardware, again, is an important piece of what you're working with. We then get to the 2 pieces of glass that cover it. More cardboard. The other one that I'm going to keep wrapped up for now with the other piece of glass. Cardboard. And then we come to the actual light fixture itself where the electrical cords and stuff are. So you take that plastic off. Again, it's got some insulation in it this time, so that's helpful, along with the wires and the ground wire. And then a place for the light bulbs themselves. In here, there's 1 more of the light fixtures. I'll just keep that in there for now. Okay, so again, we have 3 different things that we need here. Stuck together, that's fine. But we have our hardware, we have the fixture that goes flush up against the wall, and we have the glass piece itself. So with the hardware, we'll take a look at that first. Go ahead and open it up. Kind of pour everything out here. All right, so it comes with some of these pieces. You have your little twist tie things that basically act as a connector for the wire to the wire that comes out of the ceiling. So again, after you kind of wrap those around each other, you twist this on, and that keeps them nice and secure. It actually gives you 3 in case you have a different kind of wire. These only will require 2. You do have the ground wire, but that connects to something separately. Next, you have your bracket that goes into the ceiling. Again, this is more of an updated version. Gives you a little more room to work with than the ones that have been there in the past. So on here you can see that there is a green copper screw that you will wrap the ground wire around and then screw back on tightly. This will go up into the ceiling with the two screws. It gives you a good amount of room to work with depending on what your ceiling looks like. So you'll put those up, you'll screw those into the ceiling, and they'll sit like this. That holds the fixture to the ceiling. The next couple pieces we have, these will screw similarly into the bracket, which is what holds the fixture to the bracket, along with this down rod kind of piece that you'll screw up into it, and will eventually hold this on. So again, at some point this will go, the glass piece will come onto here. You'll put the little plastic piece inside the glass, and then the nut that screws on. And then finally, you have the little plastic, or the little metal piece that goes on the bottom of the glass for the decoration. So there's really not a lot to work with here, or a lot that can get confusing. As long as you follow the instructions, which are important, and as long as you make sure you're being safe, this is something that's pretty easy to do on your own. It's something that you can have Lowe's or a Home Depot or an electrician come out and do. It'll probably cost you upward $150, $75, $100. This is something that at this point in time will probably take me about 10 minutes per light to complete. So if you're watching this video, this is something that will help you do that, because again, all the light fixtures that I've done at least are pretty similar, and I have not seen a ton, and I'm not an electrician, but I do enjoy kind of taking care of the house and kind of updating it as we go along as new homeowners. So we will go ahead and get started with our third of the 4 lights, and I will record that as well so you can kind of take a look and see how we're doing things. All right, guys, so I am just about to start my third of the 4 replacing lights. You can see the last one's over there. That'll be my 4th and final. So a couple things just before we get started with this one right here. Make sure safety is a priority. Every time you move to a different spot in your house, you have to make sure you go to the circuit breaker and turn off the electricity to that part of the house. If not, you're in danger of getting shocked, and that's not something you want to do. So again, make sure that safety is a priority. I'm not up very high. I'm just on a 6-foot ladder here. But if you're higher than that, make sure you have someone holding you. If you're on an uneven surface, make sure you have someone with you to hold the ladder. And again, electricity, you don't want to get shocked by that. So just make sure safety is a priority. Yep. So we'll go ahead and get started. Again, we untwist first. Black wires. Don't forget that drops. No one was hurt in the process of making this video. So I am on my 4th and final light finally. It's been fun trying to figure out how to do this, and I'm glad it's almost over because this has been a lot of the same thing, but we have one more to go, so we'll finish this up here. So one of the reasons we're doing this, or a big reason for doing this, has been this house wasn't taken great care of before we moved into it. It hasn't been updated since it was built in 2002. So it has a lot of the exact same fixtures and lighting and all that it was here when it was built. And it was kind of a cheaply built home in general. We've come a long way with it. Some other projects we've done, we did a lot in the backyard, a lot of landscaping, updated our banisters and a lot of other ceiling fans, but I'd really like to kind of work on some of the more specific things now on my own rather than having someone do them. And I do enjoy learning these things. So that's kind of why we're doing this. And at some point we'll sell the house and move to a different one. I'll have some new projects there. But these projects right now will also help this home sell. And we're good. All right, so that was the fourth and final piece of installing all of these lights, and I think it's gone pretty well. I approve. We'll have to wait for the wife to get home and check them out as well, and maybe doing another video of how to take these out and put in new ones in. Who knows? But again, I think they look pretty good. And again, overall, it was pretty easy. It was simple to put together. It was a learning process with taking the other things apart, or taking the other fixtures apart and then getting these back on. But again, not too hard. And most light fixtures are the same, so that's going to help you out with whatever you're doing. If you like the way these look, I will put a link in the description for you to get those through Amazon. They're relatively cheap. They come in sets of 2. They come in pairs, and you can get those there. So if you have any questions, you can drop a comment, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, go ahead and click that like button. If you have any questions or have any suggestions on upcoming videos, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section down below. And if you want to join, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It's a relatively new channel, but I'm looking forward to getting more videos up for you.